Hey, welcome to Pilates with Jen, and thanks for joining me today. Today, I'm bringing you an all-level, full-body Pilates Reformer workout. We're going to be using the Pilates ball to increase the strength training of this workout. So if the Pilates ball doesn't work for you or you don't have one, you can still do this workout without the ball. I'm going to be starting on 3 heavy springs. Foot bar is in its normal position. My headrest is where I like it for footwork, and my straps are connected. Like I said, I'll give you multiple options during the workout, so it's for anybody, beginner to advanced, and you make it as intense as you want it by using this ball. So once you're ready, I'll meet you on the reformer. All right, double check your springs. You're on 3 heavy springs. Grab your ball. We're going to go ahead, begin with footwork. So find yourself lying down on the carriage, little space between the shoulder blocks. Our heels are going to start on the bar. That Pilates ball is coming in between the inner thighs. Heels are a sits bones distance apart, engaging into that ball. Draw those abs in, shoulders back and down. Take a big deep inhale to prepare. On that exhale, extend yourself out and resist yourself in. So taking a moment to analyze your body, see how you're feeling today. Getting ready to work. Remember that that rib cage is heavy on that carriage mat underneath you. We'll go for 3, 2. Last one, you're going to come halfway in. Sit down in that seat. Give me little pulses here, up and down. Gentle squeeze on that ball, activating those inner thighs. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Extend it all the way out. Bring it all the way home. We're going to go ahead, slide down to the balls of the feet. You want all 10 toes to pick up real estate here. You're going to lift the heels ever so slightly. Draw those abdominals in, shoulders back. Exhale, press out. Inhale, return. Let's go for 4, 3, 2. After the next time you press yourself out, you're going to sit yourself halfway down. Little pulses here, keeping those heels lifted, knowing where they are in space. Gentle squeeze on that ball. We have 4, 3, 2. Last one, extend yourself all the way out. Hold yourself there. I want you to drop the heels underneath the foot bar and lift. So we're lowering and lifting. Think about keeping those abs pulled in towards the spine. We have 4, 3, 2. Last one, come up on the toes, bend the knees, come all the way in. We're going to come to the arches of the feet. I want you to think about your toes wrapping over that foot bar and your heels hugging under the foot bar. Take an inhale to prepare. Exhale, extend yourself out and resist yourself in. Keep that navel drawn towards the spine. That rib cage is still heavy on that carriage mat along with that tailbone, pushing into the arches of the feet, trying to track straight over the ankles. We have 4, for 2, Next one, we're going to find ourselves halfway in one last time. Little pulses here, up and down. Control the carriage. Try not to use the momentum. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Extend yourself all the way out and bring yourself home. Excellent job. Go ahead, relax those ankles, drop your knees from side to side. If you have your head rest up, please go ahead and knock it down. We're going to keep that ball in between our inner thighs. Heels are coming to the bar. Shimmy away from those shoulder blocks. Give yourself some space. Draw the abs in. We're going to begin with articulation. So first, squeeze the ball. Then I want you to tilt your pelvis. Push that lower back into that carriage mat as you squeeze and articulate yourself up, bone by bone, all the way up to the top. You want your knees to be in line with your hips in line with your shoulders. Take an inhale. Exhale, slowly articulate it down, pulling those heels towards the glutes, locking that carriage into place, vertebrae by vertebrae, rolling it down to that carriage mat. Again, let's tuck, scoop, and roll. Squeezing onto that ball, making sure that chest and ribs stay together, ribs and abdominals, everything's squeezing as one unit. Articulate yourself down one vertebrae at a time. Let's go for 2 more here. This will be everyone's last one, all the way up, all the way down. Next time your bottom hits that carriage mat, go ahead, find your carriage back home to that stopper. We're coming into some hinge bridging here. So heels or toes can be on the bar to make it a little bit more challenging. Lift those heels ever so slightly if you have your toes on, otherwise your heels. Engage that ball, arms pressing down into that carriage mat. Inhale to prepare, exhale. Lift the hips, lower the hips. If you're on the balls of the feet, try to drop down as best you can. We have 4, 3, 2, last one. We're going to hold it up here. We're just going to squeeze that ball for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hinge it down. Great job. Bring your knees to your chest and rock it on out. We're going to go ahead. We're going to take that ball. Arms are coming up to the clouds. We're going to push out onto that foot bar. Set those legs long. Shimmy away from those shoulder blocks if you need. Tuck that chin and slowly roll yourself up, one vertebrae at a time, coming all the way in. We are going to be changing those springs to one blue spring only. So taking off all 3 reds, just adding a blue spring. I am going to come over towards my left side. I'm going to take the ball and I'm going to lay it down as a pillow. Once I have that ball laid down as a pillow, I'm going to find my hips stacked towards the back of the carriage mat. Now, option 1 is you keep your knees bent. We're all going to grab the strap. You have the option of the long loop or the short loop. Hand is coming into either loop you choose. Option 1, arms come up to the clouds. This is everyone's arm work. But second option to make this harder is you can extend that top leg over the foot bar, hold it up in space. So drop the shoulder back and down, plug it into your back. Think about your bra line being up off the carriage mat. From here, we're going to drop that arm down towards our hip and resist it up. So you're staying right over your shoulder, pausing for a moment, and then pressing it back down. Remember, your leg can be down. Your leg can be long. Keeping that bra line off the mat, keeping those obliques pulled in and up, reaching long out of that leg lifted over the foot bar if that's how you have it. Think about pressing down through that armpit, squeezing into that lat. We have 4. 3. 2. Last one here. When the arm comes down, go ahead, hold it there. Now we're going to bend the elbow so our palm comes towards our face. Our fingers come towards our face, and press it down. Coming in for those triceps. So if you're holding that leg in space, you're definitely starting to feel that back body work. Squeezing through the glute, keeping those obliques lifted up and that bra line lifted. We have 2 more. Next time that arm is long, hold it there. We're going to lift the arm up, stop over the shoulder, press it down, 1 tricep. We're combining the 2. Lift and lower. If you take my classes, you know I like to do everything in sets of 3s almost. Take your time, don't rush through it. Slow and controlled is the name of the game. We have 2 more sets. I know that top leg, especially if you have it long, is really starting to talk. My glute is on fire. 1 more set. Remember, this leg does not have to be long. Bring it in if you need to. Next, excellent. When that arm reaches long, bring that bottom leg in. We are now going to take that strap, and that strap is coming towards the top foot. So hands comes behind the shoulder block. Support yourself. Think about reaching that bra line long. You're pushing through the ball of your foot, through the arch of your foot. Your heel is pressing towards that foot bar. We're going to sweep that leg towards the front, coming in line with that leg, pulling it back towards the center. So let it pull you towards the front. You want to stop in line with that knee. Think about those obliques still being up. Bra line off that mat. Push it back towards the foot bar. We have 3 more. Still reach that leg long out of that hip. Next time this leg is long, hold it there. We're going to bend the knee in towards the chest. Kick it out in front of you and sweep it towards the foot bar. Bend it in, kick it out, and sweep. We have 2 more. And then we have to reverse it. Next time the knee comes up towards the chest, can you push it towards the foot bar, sweep it towards the front, bend it in towards the chest. Push towards the foot bar. Think about the space between your top leg and your bottom leg. You want to keep them hips distance apart. I know that glute is tired, especially if you were holding that leg over that foot bar. We have one more here. Push it out and bring those legs in. Go ahead, just let those legs rest on top of each other for a moment. You can carefully take that strap off. Come all the way in. And we are gonna come up to a sitting position. Just allow yourself to stretch that glute, come into a figure four. Ooh, this is my bad hip and it is screaming. You wanna push in to that bottom of your foot. Don't let that foot sickle. It gets deeper into that glute. All right, go ahead, once you're ready, put that foot on down. We're staying on that one blue spring. Okay, coming to your hands and knees. Your ball is just gonna stay on your headrest. Abs are gonna be pulled in, shoulders are back and down. If you need to be down on your elbows, by all means be down on your elbows. Ball of the right foot is coming to the foot bar. Now be mindful, this is a light carriage. You're gonna press yourself out. Find that those hips square to the mat underneath you and pull it in. This is about keeping that core engaged, working those back muscles. We're not gonna stay here too long. So pressing it out, bringing it in. Think about bringing that knee right underneath that hip. We have 4, 3, 2. On this next one, when you're pressed out long, hold it there. I want you to drop the heel and lift the heel. Think about those abs, think about those shoulders being away from your ears and plugged down your back. Navel's drawn towards your spine. We have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, bring that carriage in, bend that knee. Now, option for that same leg. You can reach it over the foot bar, you can reach it under the foot bar. You do what works for your body depending on how tall you are and how your foot bar sits. You're gonna transfer that weight so it's centerized in your body. Now remember, this is a light carriage. So your carriage is gonna move in front of you as you start to lift your opposite limb. So draw those abs in, navel towards the spine. Try to lift that opposite arm. Gaze is over the tip of your nose. Yes, carriage is shaking because it's light. We're holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring that hand down, bring the foot down. Send yourself into child's pose for a moment. Relax those shoulders, plug them down your back. And let's go ahead, come back, whether you're on your forearms or on your high wrist, choice is yours. We're gonna bring that left ball of the foot to the foot bar. Abs are pulled in, shoulders are plugged back. Navel towards the spine. Push yourself out. Think about pulling that knee right underneath that hip. Try not to arch at the back. Gaze is over your headrest, down towards the floor, a little out towards the risers, if that makes sense. Kind of gazing 45 degrees. So working those posture muscles right here and working control with the core. We have 3 for 2. Last one, we're going to hold ourselves out. We're going to do that flex of the foot. So flex the foot and point. Flex and point. Mobility for the ankles. Keep those abs pulled in. Feel the hamstring stretch as you drop. Last one. Bring it up. Carefully bring that carriage all the way in. Now you have that choice to take that leg under or over the foot bar. I'm going to bring mine over. Square your hips. Now remember, this is a light carriage. If this is all you want to do, then you just stay here. Otherwise, you're going to try to lift the opposite arm. Try to keep the weight center in the center of your body, if that made any sense. Reach that leg long. Embrace the shake for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, place that hand down, place that knee down, and give yourself a child's pose for a moment. All right, we are going to come over to the other side. So I'm coming over on to my right side. My head is coming on to the ball as a pillow. My hips and knees are stacked. I'm going to grab my strap. I'm going to start with my short loop. Remember, you have the option to go to the long loop if you choose. Knees are stacked. You have the option of lifting that top leg over the foot bar. Arm is plugged up over your shoulder, shoulders back and down, bra lines lifted up off the carriage mat. You're going to press the arms down towards your hips, resist it up. So remember, the longer, if your leg is long over the foot bar, the longer you reach out of that leg, the more those obliques will be lifted up. Trying to stop with that arm right over that shoulder. We have 2 more. Next time the arm is long, you'll hold it there. Now you're going to bend the elbow towards the shoulder block. Press it away towards your hip. Still think about keeping that bra line lifted. Still reaching long out of that leg, trying not to turn back, staying nice on your side line. Elbow staying tucked into that side body. We have 3 more. For 2. Last one, when the arm is long, we're going to combine the 2. You're going to lift it up over your head, not over your head, over your shoulder, sorry. Back down to your hips. Then give me a tricep. Press it out. Three more sets. Breathe. We got 1 more. This is definitely my weaker arm, so I'm feeling it a lot more here in my arm. Last one. Go ahead, bring that leg in. Woo. Hit the hip if you need to already, and then we are going to take that foot into that long loop. Now, again, hips are square. Leg is going to reach long. You can flex that foot towards the foot bar. The more you push out, the more your side body lifts up off that carriage mat. Foot is flexed. You're going to let it sway to the front, and you're going to sweep it back. Think about the space between your hips, space between your legs. You want to keep it hip distance. Squeeze through the glute as you press down on that foot bar. Imagine pressing down on that foot bar as you sweep that leg long underneath you. We have 2 more. Bra line still lifted. Use that breath. Next time that leg sweeps to the front, hold it there when it comes in line with that leg. You're going to bend it in towards your chest, press it down on the foot bar. Sweep it forward. Bend it in, push it down like you're stepping on the foot bar. Last one in this direction. Bend your knee in towards your chest. Extend it forward. Sweep it towards the foot bar. Bend in. Extend. And sweep. Inhale. Exhale. Sweeping it down. Inhale. Exhale. Last 2. One more here. Reach that leg long. You can bend that knee in, let it rest. Carefully take that strap on off. Hit that thigh if you need to. Come on up from that lying down position. Give yourself a figure 4 onto that side. Maybe push down. I can push down on this side. Don't let that foot sickle. And excellent job. All right, I am going to just turn around so I can start facing you. You can stay exactly on the same side that you're on. Now we're going to come kneeling on this carriage. This ball, you can keep your legs together, or this ball can come in between your legs. So you use the ball or you don't use the ball. We're going to take that blue, we're going to leave that blue spring on. We're going to take our short loop or our long loop. Choice is yours. We're going to bring those hands together. Shoulders are down. We're going to go ahead. We're going to rotate towards the foot bar, resist it back. So you're winding your waistline, and then you're unwinding your waistline. Squeezing that ball, just stabilizing through your core. We're going to go for 4. We're going to hold for pulses after 4. 3, 2. Last one, you're going to hold it there. Can you give me little pulses for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back to center and relax those shoulders. Great job. We're gonna take that strap in the other hand is down by your side or on your hip, still squeezing that ball here. We're gonna come in for draw the sword. If this weight is enough, you just come, you don't do the full draw the sword, you just do nudge your neighbor. So you just opening and closing from that armpit, keeping that shoulder drop down. If the weight is okay to do the full length, draw the sword, then bring the arm across your body and back to start. You can always lighten the load as well. You can go down to a yellow. We have 3. For 2. And last one. Go ahead, bring that strap in. You can carefully hang that strap up. We are going to change our spring to one red spring. Take that blue spring off. Once you have that one red spring on, you are going to turn, you're going to bring your knees up towards the shoulder blocks. Your hands are going to be reaching out in front of you. We're coming into reverse abs. So send those shoulders back and down. Your arms are in front of your shoulders. Abs are pulled in. You are squeezing that ball. If you don't want that ball, by all means, drop it. When you're ready, you're going to take an inhale. Exhale, you're going to squeeze the knees towards your chest. Take that gaze, keep it over the tip of your nose, resist it back. So we're keeping a flat back here. We're pulling the knees towards the chest, resist it back. Make sure all of your fingers are on the same side of the wood, no separation from your thumbs. You're pulling in, exhaling out. Inhale, push, pull, exhale, resist. We have 4, 3, 2. Last one, I just want you to hold this one, squeeze it in, relax those shoulders, hold it in for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Send that carriage back. Sit your hips back as well. And then we are going to go ahead, take our knees, and I am going to bring my knees over, pointing towards the right side. Both hands are going to stay square, so I'm staying square at my top body, but I'm tilted to the side towards the left. You're going to squeeze that ball. When you're ready, take an inhale to prepare. Exhale, you're going to squeeze that rib to hip, resist it back. Exhale, inhale back. We have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, resist that carriage back. You can carefully send your hips back. Relax that shoulder. And then we are carefully going to turn around to the other side. Now my knees are pointing towards the left. Shoulders are back and down. When you're ready, take an inhale to prepare. Exhale, you're going to squeeze the hip to rib, resist it back. In and out. Keep the gaze over the tip of your nose. Remember, try to keep that neck long like you have a string pulling you from the crown of your head. We got 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead. Sit those hips back. Relax those shoulders. Maybe bring your hands behind your back. And then you can carefully come back up to a sitting position. We are going to change that red spring back to either a blue or a yellow if you need a lighter spring for the arm work. You have the choice to keep the ball in between your knees, or you can take the ball out. We're going to grab that strap. Short loop or a long loop is your choice. Abs are pulled in, shoulders are back, hands interlace, coming in to waist. So we're gonna rotate, couldn't think of it. Coming over, we're gonna rotate towards the foot bar and bring it back. Exhale, rotate to the foot bar. Inhale, bring it back. Think about that waist twisting around the spine. We have 3 more. Then we have those pulses for 2. One more here. Hold it there. Little pulses here. 3, 2, 1. Bring it back to center. Relax those shoulders. You're going to grab that strap with the other hand. Remember, if the weight is too much, you're just going to lift, open up, relax the shoulder, and bring the elbow back in. Just nudge your neighbor. Otherwise, you're going to come for that full draw the sword as you extend out and you bring it in. Trying not to use momentum. Pause at the end, and then you pull. We have 2 more. One more here. And carefully bring that strap on in. You can hang that strap up. And I'm just going to make sure my straps aren't twisted. We are going to finish up this class with feet and strap. We are going to take off that blue spring, add on a red spring only, 1 red spring. We are going into feet and straps with the ball underneath the tailbone and 1 leg in the strap. So if you're not going to use the ball, you can add a blue spring on and just do single leg and straps without the ball underneath your tailbone. So we're going to go ahead, lie down. Headrest should still be down. You're going to reach behind you. I'm going to grab my right strap. I'm going to put my right strap into the leg. I'm going to have my leg up long. I'm going to bring it in. I'm going to lift my tailbone. I'm going to make sure this ball is underneath the tailbone. Once I feel stable, I'm going to let go of the ball, see how I feel. My right leg is in the strap. My left leg is long. We're going to scissor those legs. We're going to extend 1 leg down. Think about reaching long out of each hip, stabilizing through that core. We have 3. 2. Last one. Hold it here. When your leg is up at the clouds, I want you to windmill your legs. So you're bringing your legs out to the side. You're bringing 1 down and 1 up. Scissor it up. Again, sweep the hips out to the side. Leg comes down, leg comes up. Back to a scissor. Out to the side, sweep towards the center, rotate it around, and bring it up. We have 2 more. Next time that strapped leg is up to the clouds, find your foot bar with the unstrapped leg. Extend that leg up to the clouds. I want you to go ahead, flex that foot, give yourself a hamstring stretch. Maybe bring it out to the side, stabilize yourself holding the opposite shoulder block. And then bring that leg back up to center and carefully take that strap off. We're gonna go ahead, find the other strap, reach behind us, put that strap on that foot. That strap leg is coming to the clouds. That unstrapped leg is reaching long. We're coming into those scissors again on this side, stabilize through the core. Just those scissors for now, getting used to this movement. Let's go for 2. One more here. Next time that leg comes up to the clouds, strap leg, hold it there. This is where we're gonna windmill. So we're gonna open the legs out, sweep them out to the side, sweep one down as one comes up, scissor it up. Rotate it out and swirl it around. Half circle and around. Last 2. One more. Bring those legs up to the clouds. Unstrapped leg comes to the foot bar. You can pull on that strap, give yourself a hamstring stretch. You can stabilize with the other shoulder block. Bring that leg out to the side, get a deeper stretch here. And then you can bring it back up towards the clouds. Let's go ahead, take that strap off. You can also lift up, grab that ball out from underneath your bottom. You can hang that strap up. And then we are carefully gonna come up off our reformer. And that concludes today's workout. I hope you enjoyed today's workout. Like always, please like, comment, share, subscribe. And until next time, I'll meet you on the reformer. Bye.